guys, so starting with today's craft, I'm going to take these bells. I've got some bleach water in a spray bottle, and I've got some of that oil rubbed bronze spray paint. And I got those jingle bells there from Dollar Tree. And you know how they're all shiny and they look brand new? Well, I was watching DIYs with Sonia. I think that is the name of her show, and I think that's how you pronounce it. DIYs with Sonia. And she had showed how she did this with water and some spray paint, and that's how she was aging up. I believe it was Christmas ornaments she was doing. Well, I decided to try it, and it turns out great. So, moving on. I got these little burlap baggies from Dollar Tree. You get 3 in a pack. And they're like this burlap material, but they're really bright and they look really new. So this is a primitive craft. And so I decided to take a little bit of that antiquing wax, and I'm going to age it up. And I just want them to look a little dirty, just not so bright white and brand new. So I'm going to just do the edges really quick and just kind of get some of the edges done. And then I'm going to also take some black tea and age it up a little bit like that too. But I watch a lot of different channels, and I like to see what other crafters do. And I believe it was DIYs with Sonia. If I'm not pronouncing that correctly, I'm sorry. It's either Sonia or Sonia. My mother-in-law pronounced her name Sonia, but I think I heard it as Sonia for the channel. I'm not sure. But that is where I got that idea for aging up those jingle bells. And now I used bleach water on her video. I think she just used regular water, but I used bleach water. And then I used the darker spray paint. So just showing you how we're aging up these little bags here with just some watered down antiquing wax. That was the first step in how I aged them up. Now, that is the top of a sleigh. In our prior video, we had made that sleigh, and we had used the white reindeer from Dollar Tree. That's the top part of the sleigh that we had taken apart for the prior video. And so now I'm just grunging it up with some of that brown antiquing wax. And I hope I explained that right. In a prior video, we had taken apart one of those Dollar Tree sleighs, and we had made a nice little wintry platform. Well, that's the top part of the sleigh, and so I saved it to use it in a different craft. I saved it to use it in this craft. And so now I'm just kind of grunging it up because it had that really red, sparkly Merry Christmas wording on it. And so I just wanted to tone that down and make it look a little aged, because again, this is a nice primitive craft that we're doing. Just a nice little primitive basket. And I wanted to, I was thinking of putting this little basket on my front porch, but we have had so much wind the last couple of days that I don't think it's going to work on my front porch. So I'll probably end up putting it in my sunroom, or maybe in my entryway table. I'm not sure. We'll see. But I had an extra basket upstairs when I was putting away all of my fall stuff. I had found an extra basket, and I really liked this basket, so I wanted to do something with it for Christmas. So just rubbing some of it off, and it's really getting nice and aged up and nice and grungy, and that's what we want. So, and that's just the antiquing wax that I got from Hobby Lobby. And that's how it looks, and I like it. It looks great for this craft, so that's going to work out well. So just going to age up the back of it a little bit, because I like to always do something with the back. I don't like to ever just leave the back. I like to finish the backs of my projects, and if I can't finish the backs of them, I at least like them to look nice and neat. So just putting that out there. But the ribbon that you see down at the bottom of the screen. That is just some homespun ribbon. I'm really fortunate that my friend Joanne had bought me a whole bunch of homespun ribbon. She's one of my dearest friends. She gives me all kinds of good stuff. And that's how our little Merry Christmas sign turned out. But my friend had bought me a whole bunch of homespun ribbon, and so I'm trying to incorporate it in some of my crafts because I'm very, very thankful for my dear friend Joanne. So just going through and showing you that I'm just taking some, now that's just some black tea. And so I'm just painting some black tea onto these little bags now, just to give it a little bit more of a worn type of hue. Instead of that bright, clean looking burlap, I kind of want to make it look aged and a little dirty and worn. So I'm going to do the same thing to all 3 bags. And then to dry them, I'm putting them in the microwave. So I saturated them really good with the black tea. And then to dry them, I'm going to put them in the microwave for a couple minutes. But I thought that was so cute that you get 3 of those little bags for $1.25 at Dollar Tree. I thought that was so cute and such a good deal. And that would also be a really neat way to give gift cards to put into a little satchel like that. That'd be really cute. So now they are all dry, and I'm going to stuff them with just some little napkins and see how they look a little old and grungy now. I didn't want to make them look too worn because I wanted you to be able to see the wording still, but I didn't want them to look brand new either. So I think we accomplished what we set out to do. So I'm just taking some napkins and just stuffing them because I'm going to put them in the basket. So I'm just taking 5 napkins and I'm just going to stuff all of them with 5 napkins. That way they are the same size and the same bulkiness. And if you see the little pupper in the background, that's my little Pookie. She's always interested in what mommy's doing. So I had originally done 4, but then I realized it was still a little, it could use another one. So I just stuffed another one on in there just to make it look full. And then just kind of squishing it around to make sure that it looks nice and even, and then just tying it with a knot right there. And then we're going to do the other 2 the exact same way. And see how they're all about the same size. So I cut the little homespun ribbon. I cut it vertically so that it would be a little thinner for me to tie into like a little shoelace bow. And the funny thing is that when I first started tying them and putting the ribbon onto our little satchels there, I had forgot to turn the camera on. So I looked up, thank goodness I looked up, and I said, oh, the camera's not on. So, oh my goodness. So that's why you see all 3 of them are done. But moving on. So I just took some, now that's like the little burlap string that comes with a lot of your Dollar Tree projects, you know, like the hangers that you get from Dollar Tree, like the little decorative hanging signs. I keep all my scraps. I always tell you guys, keep your scraps because I just turn them now into little shoelace bows and I just hot glued them onto there. And so, you know, I try to really make my craft supplies last, and I really try to reuse and upcycle as much as I possibly can because otherwise it does get really expensive. So that's why I keep all of my scraps. I keep my scrap ribbon. I keep, you know, the strings that come on your Dollar Tree signs. I keep all of that stuff. And I end up using it. I really do. So trying to find one that's long enough now to tie because they were getting a little short. But if you had like a covered porch or something, I thought this basket would look really cute, like in your entryway or your mud room or your little porch if it was covered. You guys know my porch isn't covered. I have a lot of wind. So that is them all done. And I think they look so darling. And that's our little Merry Christmas sign. Now that's the little basket that I had found up in my attic. And I had gotten that originally from Goodwill. I only paid $2 for that basket. And so now I'm going to fasten the little Merry Christmas sign onto it because I just wanted to have something on the little handle. And I had that little Merry Christmas piece left over from the sleigh we had done. And I said, I think this is going to work out well together. And it does. It turns out really cute. I really hope that you guys like it. And if you notice, I did this video on the same day that I did the sleigh video with the deer. So that's why I'm wearing the same clothes. I'm wearing the same clothes and I have the same Band-Aid on because it's the same day. And that was a very, very windy day. That was just this past Thursday. So today's Friday and I'm narrating this, guys, and I'm really hoping to get these at least one video out today, if not tomorrow. So because, it was Thanksgiving and I had a lot of family over for Thanksgiving. And just showing you, I tied really quick. I'm sorry. I tied some some twine around the basket because I want to glue the sign to the string. I don't want to glue my sign to my basket because I don't want to have hot glue on my basket because taking it off could damage the basket. So that's why I did it like that. And it's hot glued to the string, not the basket. So just wanted to explain that to you guys. But I had a lot of family over for Thanksgiving and I just didn't get a chance to do any videos. And I said, I've got to get my videos out. So I did 2 in one day and I had fun. It was a nice fun day because it was so windy and cold outside yesterday. I was just not going to leave the house. So it was a great day to stay home and craft. So what I did was, that is just a little branch from an evergreen tree from my yard. And I wanted to just decorate this basket. And so I hot glued the branch to the sign, not to the basket. And so I'm doing the same with another piece of evergreen on the other side. So this was a really inexpensive craft, guys. I did a lot of reusing, upcycling, and I had the basket and I'm using evergreen from my backyard. And that's what we have so far. I really wanted to make this festive and happy but I wanted to do something nice and primitive because I like to do something for everyone. And I do love primitive. I really do. Primitive is just such a sweet style decor. Sometimes I often wonder what my style is because I like everything. So I try to tie everything in together. So moving on, I just took another piece of that homespun ribbon and I just tied it into a bow. And now I'm just going to hot glue it onto the branches and the sign. And just trimming off some of those little stray little pieces of fabric. You get a lot of those with the homespun, but I love the homespun fabric. I think it's really pretty and I love the plaid. And that just makes it all nice and neat. So that's how we did the top of our little basket. And just showing you the back, it's not quite finished, but it looks really nice and neat. So I'm okay with that. That's satisfactory to me. So I'm just going to leave it like that. Now that is how the bells turned out. And I sprayed them 3 different times, guys. Okay. I sprayed the front, I sprayed the back, and they look like these old little jingle bells now. So I'm so glad that I saw that video. And again, I believe it was DIYs with Sonia. And it was such a neat idea. I had to share it with you, and it worked perfect on these bells. So I hope you guys really like that. And I hope I, just showed you how to do that. And look at how it all turns out. I just took some more greenery from my backyard and I just filled the little basket with the greenery and with some pine cones from my backyard and with those little jingle bells and those little bags. And I didn't notice that little black string. It's from the homespun ribbon. I didn't notice it until after the video, but it's okay, whatever. But I think it turned out really cute, guys. And I just think, again, this would just look so cute, like on a porch or, in your little sunroom or your entryway, just a sweet little basket. And I just love the primitive. I think it looks just really sweet and just really country. And I really do love that. So I hope you guys really like this video, and I hope I just gave you some ideas. And I'm always thankful when you join me for these videos. Thank you so much for helping my little channel grow. And I just have a great time crafting and just sharing ideas. That's what it's all about for me. So thank you guys so much. And I will see you in the next video. I hope you're having a wonderful season. Take care, and I will see you later.